Hello friends, what is poppin'? Grindlord here, and welcome to SSBL Season 5, Week 9 against Goomba. This week I'll be playing Diablo 3, which is a dungeon crawler game from I believe 2012. It's a game I enjoy to play every season, and it's just really fun to grind that out. I'll be playing a Greater Rift today, and you can also watch the SSBL game right here. It's all right on top of me, so you can watch either or both. I don't really care. So yeah, let's just get into it. I'll start the game up and I'll also start a Greater Rift here. Um, so I'm playing a monk, um, Tempest Rush monk with Patterns of Justice set. It's a pretty decent build. I believe it's a top 5 build at the moment in the season. Um, the whole idea is that you get your Tempest Rush stacks up with your Flurry rune. I believe it stacks to 100. And you also want to get your Sweeping Wind up to like 13, which is the max stack with the weapon that I use. This greatly increases your Tempest Rush damage and also I believe your other damage, but Tempest Rush is pretty much the only source of damage you have in this build. It's a pretty fast build, but I'm using my more defensive Kanai's Cube item, which is the Le Brave shoulders. This gives me a little bit more of survivability, which I do need on this level. Anything below 90 I can pretty much just do a Nemesis Bracers and yeah, speed farm through that, but anything from 90 on it's too hard hitting to do it with a Nemesis Bracer. It slows it down quite a lot, but yeah, the survivability is just so important here. But as you can see, I pretty much cut through everything still. It's still pretty fast. It helps that I have a Conduit Violent now, but yeah, it's pretty decent. It's a good build. It's not a top tier build. I believe it's an A tier build at the moment. God Arrow, Demon Hunter is the best build at the moment. A friend of mine plays that. I just do this garbage. Pretty much, it's a lot slower than most other classes are, especially if you are used to Demon Hunter, and Necromancer is also pretty fast. So this is the first time I'm pretty much playing a slow class. I played a Witch Doctor last season with the Mundunugu set, Spirit Barrage. Also pretty slow build, but that build had a very useful speed up that pretty much fixed all of the speed problems that you would have. So it was a pretty decent build. I'm playing the Monk now for the first time ever actually. Never played Monk before. It's a pretty decent class so far. The leveling was absolute hell. I think the leveling build was really bad. And yeah, so we're just doing a 90. I think I pushed through 97 at the moment, so I still have a pretty long way to go to get anywhere near where I want to be. I want to get to at least 110 this season, which should be doable if I just keep grinding. I have a pretty decent gear set already. Most of it is ancient. I have a few primals dropped, but they weren't useful, so I can't really use those. But still, it's all still early in the season. I think we're only in it for a week now, and I'm already buried on 800. So yeah, just grinding on, I guess. Usually play with a group of friends as well. I don't always solo grind, but yeah, now I do. So yeah, Diablo 3 is it's a classic game. I think I started playing like 4 years ago with the same group of friends actually. I think I started a barb. We were really bad at the game back then. It was really stupid actually. And now we're pretty efficient with grinding and with the builds we use, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah. So yeah, if you're following the game, the Pokemon game, it was a pretty shitty game actually. It was right when the Diablo season started, so I wasn't really feeling like playing anyway. But yeah, we did anyway, and yeah, it was an absolute shit show from my end, as you can see probably. Hope it's not too small. Most of you aren't blind, I think. Only George, I think, is legally blind, so yeah. Well, this week I'll be playing against Dino, which should be fun. Actually playing him in a few hours today. So looking forward to that. I have some fun stuff planned, and yeah. So I'll just be killing the Rift Guardian here. We got Blighter, which is a poison Rift Guardian, not the hardest one, not the easiest one either. Got a pretty decent amount of loot, which is nice, and I'll be upgrading my Stone of Vengeance. I already have 5 gems at level 92, so yeah, just upgrading them for augments to get my gear even better than it's already now. So yeah, I think we did it this in like 5 minutes. Yeah, almost 5 minutes, which is great. For grinding, you generally want to get between 3 and 5 minutes worth of grind time. Anything above that is not efficient. You want to just push out everything and just be very efficient with your time. Just get as much done as you can. I see the game is still going, so I'll just talk about my gear, I guess. Or let's examine it first, and maybe we'll get a primal. I don't think we had a primal, so I actually have a primal equipped. It's a really bad one. There's supposed to be vitality on this as well, but I only rolled armor and dex, so that's kind of shitty. But yeah, this is an ancient, which is nice. I can dust that for 3. Nemesis bracers, whatever. Blackthorn, no one wants Blackthorn. And a bunch of gems, so overall not bad. Usually I do 2 runs before I ditch the loot. It's a lot more efficient to do it that way. But yeah, actually do my paragons as well. I see the game still going. I put it on slow because I figured it would be too fast if I don't do it on slow, just on normal. I figured it would outpace the Rift, but I got a pretty good Rift there with the Act 2 Oasis thing. That's usually pretty fast. There's a couple of Rifts that are just really slow. The one with the uh, little islands with the bridges between those are really slow to get through. I guess I'll talk more. I run resistance, all res in my armor and my pants. I figured that the damage of dexterity gems doesn't really help me. I do enough damage, the problem is survivability, so these gems help me with that. And I think the game ended at a 3-0 for Goomba, so GG to Goomba. Was a pretty shitty game on my end, but well played by him. I think he brought a good team. Hazard stack worked against me, so yeah, props for that. So yeah, that was week 9 with a little insight on my Diablo journey, I suppose. So thank you all for watching again, and I'll see you guys next week for the final week of SSBL regular season. I'm already clinched for playoffs, so you'll be seeing more playoffs content as well, starting the week after next week. So yes, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. So bye.